So finishing, thank you, Baxter. Um, so continuing on from the other video that I was just doing. So it's weird. Look, I've had my life harassed. I've had it turned upside down. It's cost me. Okay, I had over 100,000 in savings still, and that was from fixed term deposits in my investment property that I sold, which was 16 Scott Road. I had my car, so I owned my car outright. I had no debts. I had expensive furniture, jewelry, and clothing, and rented upstairs apartment. I wasn't someone's made up a story. I was a prostitute and a drug dealer. I don't know who started this shit. I don't get it. But thank you for the comment that someone thinks that I'm good enough to pay for sex. I mean, I was gorgeous until I put on all this weight. But wow, thanks for that comment. But as a drug dealer, no, I'm sorry, I'm not a low-life scumbag. Yeah, no. It's weird because idiots were looking at what I had, and I'm like, yeah, what I have is, what I worked hard for. Here's my salary. Here's my wages going into my bank account. I can prove what I'm saying. So all this, whoever's done all this damage, yeah, it's weird. Someone made up a slanderous story, or I don't know, one person, whatever went on, that was lies in 2015. It continued. Oh, look, I mean it when I said that Belinda Jeffries, my hairdresser, involved herself. She did. She never knew me before late 2013. She involved herself in my life, and I thought, well, fine, if you're going to slander me and what you're saying about me is not true, but if you're going to involve yourself in my life, when you're only my hairdresser, and you actually boasted for the first time I met Belinda Jeffries, she boasted that she has this Russian gangster guy, a cocaine dealer on speed dial. His name was Orsh, and all his runners. And that every Monday and Tuesday she gets on these drugs and whatever, and on her days off, and they call her Oney and Busy Bee and all this bullshit. And I was like, okay, I met her in late 2013, and she's telling me all this shit about herself, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's not hard for cops to actually do a background check and an investigation and go, oh yeah, she does. This is what she gets up to. Here's the phone numbers, here's the people, and I'm not doing this to be an arsehole. I was like, but wait a minute. You just involved yourself in my life with some bullshit information, and you want to, like that old saying, people who live in glass houses. She lives in a glass house. It's like she thinks what she does is not criminal. It's like, well, it is. And now you're making up stories about somebody that just turned a blind eye to what you did. Like, oh, okay, Belinda Jeffries is off her chops on cocaine and cannabis while she's supposed to be washing my hair. Okay, like going to a salon. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's Sydney. Like, I don't, grew up in the 80s, so I don't really care. I'm a city person. But I thought, wait a fucking minute here, love. You want to have a real big, watch what you say about people. Like what she was trying to say about me. She was always trying to, oh, well, Juzzy, where do you get this from? Where, like trying to find information about me. And it's like, you're my hairdresser. Like, that's all you need to know is you're my hairdresser. That's it. Seriously, like, I come here for a haircut and treatment. I briefly socialise with you, and that's where there's no crossing of that. So I find it weird. Look, and that's the truth. So look, yeah, that was lied about in 2015. Giovanni was a smart ass, and other people were smart asses, and I'm sitting back going, oh fucking hell, this is what I've said for years. I can go back to 2003, and I've made this exact comment where it's like, you should understand that people treat me in the way that my family treat me. You do understand my family's like, oh, you blame us for what, your trouble. It's like, hang on, I wasn't the one that told Joey Menor or this person or that person or Sam Delati or them this, but hey, how you rubbish me to them and they think they can do the same. It's true. You rubbish me and then they're like, oh, well, that's why Justin's family treats him. So we do the same. I know, baby. I'll stop talking and hug you, poor little buffy. And that's true. Oh, his auntie Marianne's these, his mother's, it's like, well, everybody sees the way you treat me. No, everybody knows that if anything ever happened, I won't have my family have my back. And then you just proved exactly what I've always said. You proved it in 2015. My mother gets a phone call from me. She didn't tell those organisations. She didn't speak to them and say, listen, my son knows himself better than anyone. If he said that's not true, fucking get out of his life. He asked you to fuck off. Stop causing trouble. I mean, look how much money it's cost me. Forget about just the money. We're talking about my car, my assets, my belongings, my furniture. I didn't have cheap furniture. Even some of it was damaged in the ship. I didn't have cheap furniture. It was stuff I worked hard for. It was beautiful furniture. It was stunning. I've got photos of it when we were packing up Rushcutters Bay. It's stunning furniture, stunning clothing, which I want to be able to fit back into. I've now put on, there we go, 40 kilos of weight. There you go. There's more damage. My car, everything. Don't you dare play mental health games and go, well, we're going to move forward from this. No, you owe me damages. You owe me 80,000 American. You owe me my assets, my belongings, and my rent subsidized apartment back. You owe me my car back. You owe me the damages that you have caused me. And don't you dare turn it back onto me and say it was me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I can't do anything more than to tell people the information you have isn't true. Correct it. If you won't correct it and you keep harassing my life, what can I do except keep screaming at you on a daily basis? Correct the wrong information. You've been told to fuck off several times. And that's the truth. How many times do people have to be told to fuck off? How many times? So this is this is it. This is where we're at. You will pay me my money, my assets, my furniture, my belongings, my car, everything back. You will, as an organization, reimburse the damages you have caused me, and you will reinstate my rent subsidy. And you will. And I expect my family, if they want to be in my life, knowing how much hurt and damage this has caused me for 9 years, that you will be pushing to make sure these organizations pay for the damages they've caused. Because that's what could have been avoided straight away if you had have listened to me as a family and stopped treating me the way you do.